This program has been brought to you thanks to the generous contributions of our patrons on Patreon. Your patronage is greatly appreciated. And for more content like this, be sure to check out the Modern Alchemist channel on Patreon. Greetings and welcome to the Modern Alchemist channel. I'm Aubrey Forrest, the Modern Alchemist, and this is Concept Corner. Today on Concept Corner, we're going to be talking about the face, the soul, and ancient Egypt. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's begin.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
So what do these three topics have in common? Well, to understand this, all we have to do is take a look at the soul and see how it is expressed culturally throughout the ages. But first, let's just take a moment and discuss the soul. Where is the soul located and what is it all about? In previous videos, I've shared with you that it is my personal belief, based on the deconstruction of esoteric texts, that what you see here, this body that you live in and animate, the union of the spirit, which quickens, and the physical frame, which is material, that union for a period is the soul. And I have other videos where I talk about the soul and nature to walking, and the fact that the sole of your foot is the one part of your body that's actually, it's spoken in the same frame as the soul itself. There's no distinguishing one soul from another. If I'm talking about the soul in my foot or my soul, it's the same. And the reason for that is because the soul is the point at which you have contact with the material world around you momentarily, that allows you to have transit, conscious transit through this frame of reference. That's what it's about. That's what walking is about. That's why the bottom of your foot is known as a soul. It's because all of this is built around an esoteric language which has been handed down to us. And we use it without actually understanding the implication of the words that we're speaking. So that's the soul, and this is all it. But if I want to find the seat of the soul, I need only consult any number of poetry or esoteric texts, like for instance Manly P. Hall's The Secret Teachings of All Ages. In his human symbolism section, he talks about how the center here, this is the seat of the soul, which is why traditionally in religion we are told that as a man thinks in his heart, that's how he's going to act, because this is the point at which we interface with the universe. The beating of our heart is the connection electromagnetically that we have with the universe around us, and it keeps us going. It is the point that keeps us going. The heart feels, and so this is traditionally then, in every context, the heart is seen as the seat of the soul. But where can the soul be seen? Well, the soul is seen here. It's the face. It's the one thing that makes each of us unique, and in fact whole industries today are built around facial recognition software. And the more accurate the better, because no matter what you do, we all are unique. I mean, your face and your fingerprints, you know, that's it. And no one's looking at your fingerprints, you know, to identify you. Objectively, we all look the same, you know, pretty much from here down. Arms, hands, feet, you know, and from the behind, we all look the same. Well, we'd hope so. And but this here, this is the important, this is the expression, right? Every actor's like, this is the moneymaker. And why is this the moneymaker? What is this about? Well, in fact, it reveals why, you know, when you get these rock stars or movie stars and they say they sold their soul, they're literally speaking about the fact that their likeness is now marketable. It is now a property. That's what they're talking about. And it may seem, oh, and the devil, yeah, the devil, no, the selling of your countenance, the marketing of this, the property of that, as an intellectual property, that's the selling of your physical emanation. This is unique to you. There are reams of legal cases that establish that that is in fact it. And So we understand then that the total you is your soul, which is why when there's a loss, like a ship sinks or a plane crashes, the announcer will always say 500 souls were lost, or 300 souls were lost, or 24 souls were lost, right? If they find the people later and it's some other catastrophe, and they'll be like the 900 bodies, right? Because there's no association, right? Let's say they dig up this graveyard and they find 900 bodies. So they're not saying souls anymore, they're referring to them as bodies because it's just the corpus. There's no more union, it's just materia. Well, so we understand that this is the soul, right? All of this. We understand the seat is here in the chest, and the face then is the emanation of the soul. Well, what does this have to do with ancient Egypt? And then there's one other thing to remember, is that we, as conscious entities, we inscribe or we ascribe a sound to describe what our soul is. So I'm Aubrey Forrest, right? That's me. And that's the name I was given at birth. You're whoever you are out there. And when your name is spoken, it resonates. It resonates on multiple levels. It vibrates the universe and awakens it so that it speaks to your soul. It speaks to you, right? So ancient Egypt understood this. They really had this stuff dialed in. So that if a person lost favor, it went overwhelmed, they overwhelmed any area that contained his likeness that they could find, and they would deface it. And they would also deface any cartouche that had his name in it, right? And this is, of course, the reason why periodically there might be gaps within the Egyptian record, because a particular individual of note suddenly lost favor with the succeeding generation, and they obliterated their soul from record, right, as completely as possible, so that there would be no memory. And if there's no memory, then there is no way to remember that person, other than, of course, to access the Akashic record. So that's what that's about. That's it. So you've got your face, and you've got your soul, and the face is the emanation of the soul, and ancient Egypt understood this, and by doing all that, it was their method of obliterating an individual completely and entirely. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will be talking to you soon. I'm Aubrey Forrest, the Modern Alchemist, and this has been Concept Corner on the Modern Alchemist channel.